Hey, hi, it's me, your voice, and we're doing this all over again with the TBRs. Hi, this is going to be the first ever round of my new TBR game. I have never played it before until now. I mean, I already know what these rules look like because I made this TBR video, but wow. It's everything I hoped it would be, and so much more. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, I will link a video in this corner, question mark, and down in the description below, where you can check out my very rambly, very disorganized explanation of how the game that I'm going to play in a second works. If you have already watched that and just want to know what does it look like when I play this book, watch. Have my rules, have the penalties, have the bonuses. Let's find out what I'm going to read, or what I need to craft. These are not shuffled before, so I need to I also just now realized that they are ghosting through, so I'm not going to look while I pick one. And I will fix this mistake for a later date, I guess. So what are we going to craft? Oh wow, that's an easy one. We are going to craft a poison dart. We need a needle of a cactus and the patience of a scorpion. That's only 2 items we need, but they are both in the desert, so we have to travel quite a lot to begin with. Oh boy. Okay, so I need to find something that will get me to the desert. Let's see how much I need to get to the desert, because that is going to be my first read, because I can't get to the desert without having read something first. Okay, so in order to get to the desert from the starting point, I need to have 300 pages in the bank. So I need to read something that is at least 300 pages long to get enough travel budget to get there, to get what I need. Oh boy. Okay, so let's grab the desert board real quick. I decided to play with this orange mannequin here because, you know, it looks like me. We start here once I read my 300 pages, and I'm just going to use a random d6. This came without a set. This is a very lonely d6 for me. And I think because I only have to do 2, or 3 in this case, I think I'm going to play hard mode. So we need the needle of a cactus, so we need to have bright yellow, and we need the patience of a scorpion, so that is the dark orange. 2. Okay. So easy peasy, we go here, we get the needle of a cactus. The needle of a cactus wants me to read a book outside of my comfort zone. Oh god, I hate that already. I hate this game already. This is my first time playing it. I hate it already. And now I need a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, cool. Because I don't want that. If I get a 3, I think I'm going to do it, but I don't know. Let's see. 1. Okay, I guess we're reading another book outside of my comfort zone. This is where this game is getting really, really evil. But I get a bonus. So let's see for bonuses. Again, mixing these without looking. And take this one. Good wins! The next time you travel, you can cut the travel cost in half. Perfect, because that means I only need 150 pages to get back. Nice. I take that. Thank you, game. 2 books outside of my comfort zone. Ugh. So we need a 2 or a 6. Come on, 6. 3. Do I want another book outside of my comfort zone? No. 1, 2, 3. Sand. Pinch of sand is read a book with less than 200 pages. I can do that. That is easy. That is my way back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I want a 5 or a 1. 5 is better. Give me 5. 2. Okay, another book under 200 pages. Just like that, we had 4 books already. See, this is how evil this game can be. Come on, 3. 5. Okay, I take it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ha! Patience of a Scorpion. The Patience of a Scorpion wants me to read a... Oh god, it's a second chance author. Ah! Okay, cool, fine. I take it. I take it. And with all of that, I should have enough that I should have more than 300 pages to get back to the start. My god, I already hate this game. Yeah, as you can see, this game can get really, really mean, really, really fast. I got away okay-ish. I started with 2 prompts to read, and I ended up with 4 books, 5 books, 4 books, 5 books on the list. That is okay-ish, I think. This book heavily, heavily leans into the love I have for sciencing my TBR, where you really have to think about what are you going to read in order to fulfill prompt to make sense with all of the other things that you have to fulfill. I love sciencing my TBRs. That is one of the things I love about Aurelium so much. That is one of the things I love so much about the Adventure Marathon. I love sciencing my TBR. I just love doing that. I love doing that. And this game is giving me exactly that. So now that we have my prompts, I am going to tell you what I'm going to read for said prompts. First off, we have no prompt, but I need 300 pages of traveling budget to even get to the desert. I start at 0, so I have to read something. I get free reign over what I'm reading. It just needs to be enough pages to get me to the desert. 300 of those. So I chose to read Red and the Wolves by Zong, I believe is the author, which is a comic, and it is a NetGalley arc, so it needs to be read anyways, and this one is 368 pages long, if I remember correctly, and I have no idea what this is about. I mean, judging by the title and by the cover, I am expecting some sort of Little Red Riding Hood in here, right? But I really have no idea what this is about. I had this for a hot second, and I forgot what the blurb was about. So I will find out. Then we landed 2 cactus needles, so I need 2 books that are outside of my comfort zone. I went 2 very different directions with these. The first one I'm going to read is Amari and the Great Game by B.B. Alston, which is the second book in the Amari Supernatural Investigations blah blah series. And this one is outside of my comfort zone because I am not that big on middle grade reading. I read book 1 as an audiobook while I was moving into this apartment. I distinctly remember finishing it sitting in the back of a van waiting for my mother and my stepdad to bring down more of the boxes we packed because I was the one Tetrising them into the van. So I was just sitting there snacking some crackers because I didn't have lunch, listening to the finale of the first book. And if I don't have an incentive to continue with the series, I would not continue with the series. But I did like the series, well, the first book. So I just need something to push me to continue with the series. And therefore, this is outside of my comfort zone as a middle grade series. And this is giving me the best excuse, I guess, to continue with the series, which is one of my goals this year, continuing series. Boom, double whammy. And the other outside of my comfort zone is what I already mentioned in my November TBR for the Adventure Marathon, where we also had to read something outside of our comfort zone. I'm going the non-fiction route because, as I said in that other video, I like non-fictions, but it has to be a very specific kind of non-fiction that I find myself enjoying, and I still am on the fence about just picking up a non-fiction. So they are very much outside of my comfort zone because I don't naturally just go and pick them up when I have so many other options, right? So I'm going to read a non-fiction, and this time I will name the non-fiction that I'm going to read, and I'm going to read Heroes by Stephen Fry. I love all of the books this man puts out in this kind of style. I already read Troy, and I read, what's it called? Mythos. Mythos is about the Greek gods and everything they were up to, and Troy is about, well, Troy. It's basically summarizing the Iliad for you. So now I'm going to read Heroes, which is about the Greek heroes, you know, the children of the gods, and whatever they were up to. Stephen Fry writes these books in such a hilarious way, and he also narrates the audiobooks for these. And speaking of audiobooks, I have the audiobook for this one, and I'm going to listen to this as an audiobook, because the way Stephen Fry narrates them, peak humor, can only recommend. Then we made a little detour because my die decided to just abandon me in the middle of the desert. And I have to read 2 books under 200 pages for the sand prompt. Do I need sand for anything? No, but I have it. I guess. Pocket sand. Yay. And the 2 books I'm going to read that are under 200 pages are very short. The first one is also an arc. I'm going to read Gachiakuta, I think is how you pronounce that. Volume 1 by Kei Urana. And this one is 198 pages long, so I'm cutting it very close. But it's a manga, it's an arc. Again, I got it from NetGalley. And I, again, have no idea what this is about. But I remember that the blurb thing, the ad for, hey, read this, was that it is the, like, now, it's a very famous, very beloved action anime, apparently. And now they published the manga, I guess. So, but I'm all here for a good action manga, and judging from the cover, this art style might actually do it for me. I don't know. I have no idea what this is about. I've never watched the anime, but here we are. And the other book I'm going to read is a novella that is called King of Hell by Morgan Dante. I have a couple of Morgan Dante's works. Most of them are about vampires and shit, so you know me, I do love me a good vampire thing. Vampires! And this one is 173 pages long, if I'm not lying. No, it's 179. It's 179 pages long, so a bit more buffer to the 200 page mark. And this one, I believe, is about a vampire and a demon going on a road trip. I just know this is about toxic gay vampires, and I mean, duh. And the Patience of a Scorpion, the last prompt, wants me to read something from an author that I disliked before. Second chance author. For this one, I go with Silver Under Nightfall by Rin Chupeco. I read The Bone Witch, which is a YA fantasy thing, and I hated it. I hated it so much. The Bone Witch was one of those books where I was like, okay, but where is the good shit? Because the potential was there. It was everywhere. But nothing ever happened. So I was incredibly bored all throughout the book, expecting something, anything to happen with all of this potential that we have, only to reach the end of the book and be like, the fuck. It didn't make sense. I did not like anything in there. All of the characters were kind of dumb, and I really disliked that book, which then actually made me fear this book. This is an adult book by Rin Chupeco, and it's about a vampire hunter and I think a vampire pair. Like they are a married couple. Vampires! They somehow end up together and need to save the world or something. I don't know. But this one was hyped a couple of years ago, and apparently, according to the people who hyped it, this reads like an action anime. Again, I like me a good action anime, and this has a poly romance in it with vampires. On paper, this one should be good. On paper, I should like this. But because I have a bad experience with Rin Chupeco, I'm scared about reading this. So, second chance author is a prompt. I'm going to read Silver Under Nightfall by Rin Chupeco, and hopefully, will not be as disappointed as I was with The Bone Witch. This one, for me, my edition is 512 pages long. So, in total, I am going to attempt to read 2,164 pages. This is important. Because of the game I'm playing, we need to count our pages. I did look up how many pages the audiobook for Heroes is, to make sure. Thankfully, I only need 150 pages to go back from the desert to the starting point, because you can only craft at the starting point. So I am totally safe. I am totally safe. And if I should get through this TBR and still have a bunch of months left, I might do another item. Should I do another item, I will show you the item pool and the gameplay in the wrap-up. If not, I'm going to read only this. Cool, nice. And yeah, we will see if I get my poison, what was it, dart or dagger? I don't know, I think it was a dart. Or rather, I get my 200 gold for making it and then giving it to whoever gave me the quest. I think there needs to be some story building in there, but yeah, whatever. This is not, however, all of the books I'm going to read in January, because there's also Winterween happening. I will not tell you what kind of books I'm going to read for Winterween, because there will be a vlog about that. Look forward to that. But be assured there will be more than just these 5 books that I'm going to read. I will not count my Summerween books towards the pages I have as a travel budget, because they are not fitting any prompts. They exist outside of the game, so I'm not counting those pages. I think I'm good with 2k pages for traveling if I get to read more. So this has been my beautiful, beautiful TBR. Once again, I get to hold up a singular book for this. Just imagine that there's a whole stack of these here. For funsies, I guess. If you made it to the end of this video, let me know if you have a TBR game that you're playing this year, if you're participating in any readathons during January. I know January can be a bit of a low month for people because of all the celebration going on at the end of December. If you don't want to talk to me at all, leave a sun emoji down in the comments below, and I guess I will see you in the next video. Bye!